Spinny thing.
Spinny thing.
We're live, Dr. Art.
Again.
Oh, look, it was at the stock. No, it's still the stop motion stuff is still.
Oh, well,
happening.
We just have to do.
It's better than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where were we?
We were talking to the people, and the camera went dead.
Doesn't it look like the camera should be more towards like
this way?
No, this way.
Yeah.
Show you guys. Here, look. This is what we.
Look, there's the old set.
The old.
And this is the new.
There's the new.
All right there.
Yes. Okay. But now it's like on a weird angle.
Wait, yeah, you tilted it.
You want to leave it like that?
Kind of like a Batman thing?
Yeah, it is. Can we lean into, yeah.
Lighting up the...
Our children is what I'm saying. Okay. Let's fix this.
Yeah.
All right.
Is
that right?
Yeah, right there.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Code improvements. Hello, humans.
Everybody came back.
Yes, back in the library. Harry Lister, what's happening? Frank Emerald made muscle. Didn't we do this already?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do it again. Let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Crashes, voted around the garage is back. Damon Brenwall. My dad had a 66 Polaroid when I was a kid. It was always overheating. What was the problem back then? The earth was much warmer back then.
Yes.
So vehicles had a hard time. So we had all the volcanoes and the pterodactyls and all that crazy shit. Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. Much thinner air back then. Yeah.
Let's see. Sub-Zero. Yes, round 2. We're gonna get it right this time.
Yeah.
No, we're not. Look at this. What's the delay with the camera?
It's.
This is a new thing, Dr. Art.
This is your Barbie laptop. Come on, man.
It does say Tonka on it. Yeah. Jeez. Mr. 454. Hey, boys, just bought a 427 tall deck to put in my little square body. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on a tall deck?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big block and a square body. Oh yeah. That sounds like a good tire roasting time.
Yes. Okay. I'm afraid I'm not smoking enough.
Is that what the problem is?
Well, it can be. It's definitely a problem.
Well, if you would hand roll 6 before we start, you could just sit here and pretty much.
That's the problem. But I would have them all. I'd have them all between my fingers, and I'd be smoking them like a harmonica. Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Maybe next live.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fernando Mancini. Hello, Uncle Tony and everybody. Have a nice night. This is Dr. Art for you guys who don't know what Dr. Art. There are some people who come on here and don't know who you are.
I've been doing this for like a year.
Yeah, but we get new people all the time that just
okay. Hi.
That's Dr. Art.
I put it on my shirt in case you don't. Well, it's got this there, the shadow.
Yes.
Oh, it's still got the shadow.
Zero is here. No, it adds a little character. It's good.
Oh, the shadow adds character?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. It's like a burrito stain on my shoulder.
Oh, God. The holes. Uncle Tony, Dr. Art, random content suggestions about demonstrating an install of nitrous. Nothing too insane, maybe just 100 horsepower shot. That would be covert. So the cops won't see it? I never worry about the cops seeing the nitrous.
No.
It's your competition. You don't want to see your nitrous.
There, now we're on live chat, so we can see everybody.
Ah, there we go. And look, the Effervescent Zero has put up a link to your channel.
That's nice.
Of marvelous things.
And there was a big, marvelous 25-minute video.
You put out a 25-minute video?
Yes, it was, yeah.
What was it on?
That Buick, that 57 Buick. Super!
You did it today?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
finished it and put it out literally like a half an hour.
He went to Kiwis and did a 56 Buick.
57.
57 even better.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut this down so you can watch it.
Well, go in the corner with your phone and watch it. I'll take care of this.
Do you want me to? I can bring it up. We can all watch it together.
No. Let them click on it. So
Let them click on it.
Yeah.
Yes. So go over to Dr. Art's channel there.
And then
Food Bar put up the link to my merch.
Nice.
Yes, our Uncle Tony's Garage merch. What shirt am I wearing?
Internal combustion because I pee standing up.
Oh, because I still have thousands of these things.
Does everyone selling T-shirt?
Yes, I have packages, I have boxes and boxes of them all over the place. So when I need a shirt now, I need to go to the drawer. Just go to the merch pile.
And then Bryce from Ice Spider Garage out in Arizona, he said it's a crazy looking intake on that Buick. Yeah, because it's the nail-head Buick and it's got spacers underneath it, so it's actually up a little bit. It's got the hot rod, nail-head spacer, so the fuel can go like this one more time, getting into the engine.
Let's see. But thank you, Fubar. Dirty mass airflow sensor. I have no idea what to talk about.
Yeah.
Brandon Bolton. Hey, Tony, I have an 800cc inline, what? An 800cc inline 4 carbureted truck. Any recommendations on the cam grind angle for durability and efficiency? Brandon, I know you lost me on that. 800cc inline 4-cylinder?
Is it one of those little mini trucks? Like those little K trucks from Japan?
Don't those have 2 cylinders on them? I don't know.
But, I mean, a 0.8 liter pickup truck. Yeah.
I know, Brandon. Try that again, bro.
Yeah. Try,
I don't think
a little more detail. Yeah. Territory, what's going on, Abel? Tony, our thoughts on EPA and CARB litigation going on? Looks like CARB may be dismantled.
Over the next year or two, literally 100% of every government agency or all going. Everything is going. 100% of them. Don't worry about laws. Just don't worry about them. They don't matter anymore.
No, we're going to go wild. We're going to have a good time.
We're going back to the constitutional republic, where the states are going to be free to make their own rules, right? Instead of California calling the shots for everybody else through the EPA.
And there might even be gold in Fort Knox when we're done.
I don't think there's any gold. We're going to find out.
No, there's not now, yeah.
You know what they're going to find in Fort Knox?
An IOU?
The Epstein list.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the tapes and all the Diddy tapes.
Yeah, and the Diddy tapes, right. Jerry Ritter, will we still have to do smog checks? If your state requires it, yes.
Brent, yeah, it's a 1988 Suzuki Carry Japanese K truck. Yes.
Oh, okay. And it's only 800cc 4-cylinder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's a motorcycle engine.
Right. Get another one.
That would be
have 2, yeah.
A second engine in there would be pretty good. Do I have any thoughts on camshaft? I do not.
No idea anything what that motor's about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Suzuki 8.8 liter. Yeah, no idea.
You're literally in motorcycle territory. You're literally into something that's going to make power at like 6,000 RPM on up. If it's even designed that way, I don't know enough about them. But that's odd. 800cc 4-cylinder in a little truck. Jamie from Dead Dog's Garage is in here.
Already? He's early.
He came to
I still see this day. Very good. Happy Wednesday. I'm working on a 280ZX. And I don't know why.
Oh, no shame in that, man. I love those.
Yeah. If they're not all rusted to crap, they're a fun little car.
That's the thing. They didn't last there in like my neck of the woods.
No, that whole A-frame underneath the engine and stuff just turned to dust and the engine fell on the ground and you pushed it into the garbage can.
David Morgan likes the background.
Well, thank you, David Morgan.
If you wait a bit, John Wick walks past.
With his dog, yeah.
Let's see. The Dead Dotson Garage.
Dude, about 2 of them. One is okay, one is shot. Gold mine of parts, though.
Oh, you own them?
Of course, he buys everything.
Why? I thought he might be working on.
No, he just goes. He's like.
He's a little bit of everything. He's gonna take over.
He might have a small hoarding problem.
But he's making good content out of this stuff.
Well, yeah, he can afford to go buy stuff.
This is what I'm saying. Well, he's a rich YouTuber.
He is. Yeah.
If I had his money, I'd throw mine away.
Obviously.
Let's see.
Okay, the formula. I bought a pair of aluminum cylinder heads for my 350 small block Chevy. It's weird, man. Everything I ever got was from junk or bought out of the back of a truck. I don't even know if I'm following UTG mantra anymore.
No sin, man. I mean, there's a lot of good cheap aluminum heads out there. I mean, why don't I do that? Why don't I put like aluminum heads on stuff that I do?
Because I think you're cheaper than I am. And you enjoy taking the junk and grinding them and
That's what it is.
stabbing them with forks and things like that to make them run.
That's what it is. I like playing with factory parts.
Right, if you bought a good pair of like trick flow heads for bottle rockets, you'd be like, now what? You wouldn't be able to leave them alone, and you'd screw them up, and then you'd be $1,500 out of pocket and cry about it.
Yeah, I would feel like I cheated on myself. Does that make any sense?
Right.
So let's say I bolted a set of trick flows on there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it picked up an extra like 75 or 100 horsepower, which it would,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't enjoy that extra horsepower. I would be like,
you kind of have to let go. You're getting old enough where you can let go of these things now and have one nice thing.
but everybody has a different idea of what nice is. Like, I can explain to you. So I bolt on an extra 100 horsepower on my rocket, right? I won't enjoy it because to me, it's not how much power it makes; it's how it's making the power.
How you made it make power.
Exactly. And by just taking something out of the box and bolting it on, it's like I just don't have the interest. You know, I went through that. I went through that whole phase.
I know.
My high horsepower phase took me to places that are just unimaginable. And I don't ever want to go back to them. So now I just like playing with junk. But it has nothing to do with like you're not going out of the realm by putting those things on.
No.
Awesome, go for it.
Mm-hmm. This light is too bright.
It is bright, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when it gets good.
Okay, let's do this one. Oh no, that's good. That's that one.
Ooh, yeah. That's good. Drop it down a little more. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, there you go. Get some skin color back. Here you go.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're so much more attractive now.
Yes, that's Jamie. It's how you go fast. I just like playing with junk.
All my stuff is junk and eBay parts and everything. Anymore. I've bought in every Wazo speed part you could ever think of twice. So now it's just like, oh, I'll buy this shit from eBay, and I can still haul ass with it.
Part of it too is so I'm a New Yorker, right? I mean, not anymore, right? But I was
Right.
born and raised in New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the theme of life in New York City is how to get over.
Okay.
You only survive if you learn how to get over.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to cut the corners, cheat the system. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to survive. And that's kind of ingrained in me. So by taking junk and then making it run, it's like I'm getting over on the system.
I did this with junk and you spent money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more satisfying than that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Nothing more satisfying than that. Where are we?
You just,
I just zoned out.
I don't know. Yeah, we're just talking. We're just ignoring everyone in the chat. No. At least we got it on live. So.
D-Truth says I should work for Dodge. Oh, for Doge. Oh, yeah, no, they don't want me in there. If you think Elon is bad, forget about it. Oh, God. I lost that cigarette.
Well,
I have become attached to it. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
Your emotional supports.
Hi, guys.
So
Yes, my emotional support smoke.
Yeah.
No. You would not want me working for Doge.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elon's doing a great job.
Yeah. And he's kind of getting his kicks out of it.
He is. He's enjoying it.
He's giving a great big middle finger to everyone that tried to.
Yep.
Yeah, step on his willy. They said you're going to set up the sprinklers in the library.
Then you made muscle saying, you proved your point with bottle rocket, some good heads, pistons, and rods, and pour the beans to it. No, I mean, there's
It's a 318.
yeah, we live in a day, right, that you can literally just go buy as much horsepower as you want, and it's almost free. For all intents and purposes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to make 1,000 horsepower, like with aftermarket parts, it's very attainable. It's very, I mean, why not just put a turbocharger on it? You know, why not just build a good bottom end for it and put a turbocharger on it, which is like what the kind of stuff that Dr. R does.
Mm-hmm.
But where's the challenge in that? You see what I'm saying? Like I'm into the challenge, not the end result, if that makes any sense. I don't care how fast it goes, as long as it went that fast in a cool way. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's how your stuff is. Yeah.
I think that the Mission Improbable is like
The pinnacle
of that. You know what I mean? That's
having fun with stock junk, see what you can do.
exactly. Let's see. Crashes running garage on a 71 383 road engine should have flat or dish pistons dished on that one. They dropped the compression in 71. So the 71 has the same pistons as the 383 two barrel.
They just took all the fun out of it, didn't they?
How's that?
They just put the dish pistons in it, and
you know what? They still run strong.
yeah,
They still run strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I went to the 400 with the low compression, there's no dish piston. It's a flat top piston which just set down in the hole.
Yeah.
What
brand do you trust for timing chain and gears for a 360?
You know, I mean, what do you trust anymore? You know what I mean? Cloy's has always been the go-to.
That's still they're like the last bastion of a decent timing chain set, I think.
Yeah. So if I had to just pick a brand off the top of my head, I'd say yeah, Cloy's.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, yes. Judge Fett, ever think about changing a Cherokee over to a 4.7 stroker? What would be the pros and cons of that, and what defines a stroker motor? I have on the side of the building over here, I have a 4.2 that I was going to use for a stroker crank on something. I don't know if I'm going to do it for Mission Improbable or just keep on the theme of using stock parts on that, original parts, or if I'm going to do it with my red daily driver. I don't know yet. I have so many other things I got to do first.
63 Dodge Darts, line 6. From about every 3 or 4 months, I have to reset the timing. Crown's like a wild beast. Then after about 3 or 4 months, I can't get it out of its own shadow.
I'm going to say your points are no good. Okay? So one of the problems you run into with points today, right, is they use a substandard rubbing block, right?
There's no little felt, there's no little lube. Yeah, like
right.
It used to be.
Yeah, they last about 3,000 miles, and then it starts closing the gap up, and they run like shit. So, are you just advancing the timing, or are you also regapping or changing the points while you're at it? Because that would probably be it. Donovan Fraser is saying because it's a Frankenstein 6. All right, wait. Donovan Fraser. Let's go back.
Mm-hmm. He's the same guy.
Oh, okay. Well, you say timing runs great again. I've replaced the distributor timing chain and had a professional set valve lash. Still have the same problem. Because it's a Frankenstein 6 and that's a peanut head. Okay, so you've got the 81 up head. Thoughts that it's the later head for hydraulic lifters and not the flat ones on the cam is going bad when setting the time. No, it's as long as you've got the rockers for the earlier head, it doesn't matter. You can use the peanut head. I don't know. Yeah, Don, I don't know off the top of my head. I really can't give you an answer on that. Yeah, you pick one.
Okay, that's I'm going on. Talking about tornadoes. That's the truth. I guess what's the optimal temperature? I suppose coolant temperature to make the most horsepower older.
According to Bill Jenkins, dyno tests that he ran back in the early 1970s, he determined that the optimum running temperature is 212 degrees, the incipient boiling point of water. I think that's probably the best cylinder head temperature. Intake manifold temperature is going to be a different story, and it's going to depend. Like for instance, if you have an air gap type of intake manifold, so Jenkins tests all done with a tunnel ram, right? So now with a tunnel ram, you're going to find that the even though the intake manifold gets warm, it gets colder in use. So if you take the cold air that's going to come in, or the cooler air in a fuel mix that's going to come in through a tunnel ram type of manifold, and you feed it into a head that's at that 210, 220 degree point, it'll create a quick flash, quick vaporization, but still leave a lot of the liquid intact. So, but that's the number that he came up with. 212 degrees was what he determined to be the optimum running temperature for an engine.
If you're going for horsepower.
If you're going for horsepower.
Strictly horsepower.
Right. Now, if you're not using an air gap, like a tunnel ram or an air gap type of manifold, then I would think that it would be significantly lower than that. Because you don't want over vaporization from the intake manifold being at 220 degrees. If you drop the intake manifold down into the 180, 170, 180, I think that's where you're going to get your most power.
Yeah. It'd be a lot more reliable too, because you're not getting the thing too hot. Joe K, 29. All these enhancements to modern ICE design, internal combustion design, do you view it as a gearhead's paradise or a frustrating complication?
Limits.
They really haven't come out with anything. It's still, you're still shooting the same ratio of fuel and air in the engine as you were 50 years ago.
Right. That hasn't changed. Storage is storage, right?
Right. They're more efficient because you control timing and pulse width and all that kind of stuff a little better, but it's not really, they're not really reinventing anything. You're just tweaking what they had in the 40s.
Well, they've gone too far in a lot of respects. Okay, so variable cam timing is an okay thing, but when it's linked in with everything else the way it is, you know what I'm saying?
So it gets overcomplicated.
It's overcomplicated. It becomes fragile. That's my biggest problem with a lot of the modern technology. It just becomes fragile. It's dependent on too many little things around it. And if you stop and you think about it, right? So look at Formula One technology. Okay, so now they're able to run these things out to 20,000 RPM, right? And they make how many horsepower?
A lot.
Like I was like a stupid amount of horsepower, like 1,000 horsepower and better per liter, right? Well, because that's all technology. The reason I bring it up is because that's, if you take all of the technology and run it out to its absolute extreme, that's where you end up with, right?
And just throw all the money in the world at it.
Yeah, for all the money and all of the technology in the world at it, that's where you go. And I don't see anywhere near even remotely resembling that level of efficiency out of what's available today. I see a lot of very complicated, very fragile.
Cars in the 70s, cars in the 60s got 35, 38 miles a gallon.
Yes.
And
the Feather Duster got 38 miles to the gallon in 1976 with a slant six, a 4-speed overdrive transmission, and 241 gears.
The old Falcons and like Chevy too, those little Novas, those tin little box cars with the 6 cylinders, they got 35 miles a gallon. They advertised that, and now you can't get that out of half the cars on the road.
Let's see. truth, Tony, what's compression on a top fuel car? So the dynamic, back when I was doing it, right? You were running pistons that were 180 out of the hole, and that would work out to about 6.5 to 1 compression, or thereabouts. But then remember now, you're filling the chamber with liquid, and that liquid is compressed, essentially is the same as a solid. So, you know, your static compression ratio is going to be 6.5 to 1. Your dynamic compression ratio with the blower and all of the liquid is going to be like 18 to 20 to 1. So,
hope that answers the question.
Yeah. Fuel motors will run as diesels. I mean, we had that happen numerous times where something would happen with the ignition mid-run and the car would still motor its way through. So,
KH Twix. Okay. In regards to swapping pistons side to side in a LA 318, is there any reason not to just turn the piston around and rotate 180 degrees by pulling the wrist pins?
Yes. Okay. So earlier LA motors like 318s, 340s, 273s, the earlier ones had floating pins. So yeah, very easy to do that. Just take the piston, slide the pin out, turn it around, send it back in. On engines with pressed pins, like only big blocks have pressed pins, and the later small blocks have pressed pins. In that case, what you do is you turn the piston around, and then you go to the opposite bank. So you're going to install the piston that you're going to install number 1 backwards on number 2, and that gives you the offset. The only downside to that is that some pistons or some connecting rods have an oil squirter that's supposed to squirt oil over the skirt or the bottom of the adjoining piston for cooling purposes.
And now they're going the other way.
Yeah, and so now your oil squirt is going the other way. I've never found it to be detrimental. If it is a concern, you could tack a weld right there on the oil squirter, and then just drill a similar one on the other side. Yeah, but I've never had to do that.
Well, we're gonna
Intermission?
No, we're going to make a stand here that there's only 53 likes, and
what?
And there's been a couple hundred people in here already. So this is just
we're losing people. Look at the number.
Yeah, down. It's just down.
Dude, we jumped the shark a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're gonna have to. I don't know. We have to have like a campfire behind us or something,
or interpretive dance. I think that a lot of these guys will have the questions answered, you know,
through interpretive
dance. That's why I miss Kiwi, because Kiwi would do stuff like that. You know,
he would do the interpretive dance for you.
I believe he would. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes. Zero is confirming. Shark has been jumped.
How many cubes are in a top fuel car today?
They have a limit of 500 cubic inches, so they're right almost at. So the combination, the last I remember it, this is back in the 90s, was a 3/4 inch stroke crank, right, with a 4.185 bore. So the same bore size as a 413, with a 4 inch stroke crank. I'm sorry, 4.5 inch stroke crank. The best combination, the happiest combination for fuel motors, where they made the most power with the least amount of breakage, was the 484. That was such a happy combination. But it just that was the 1/2 inch crank, a 4 1/4 inch stroke with stock bore. So it was a square motor, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you end up with 484 cubic inches, and that was the happiest of them all. Breakage really didn't start to become an issue till like the 5/8 took over.
Do 273s have adjustable rockers?
64, 65, and 66 have adjustable rockers. 67, 8, and 9 have stamped rockers, hydraulic lifters.
And then I was going to actually talk to you about this.
Talk to me.
Tony, will you be flying in Dr. Art to Florida during your snowboarding days of the next year? Or to do Tech Wednesdays?
I mean, we could do them on StreamYard, or you could come to Florida.
That's a better option.
Go to Florida?
Yes. Take the whole show and go to Florida.
You're done with the winters here too, huh?
Well, I mean, been here 12 years. I've never been anywhere that.
Oh, you want to actually move to Florida for good?
Yeah, just pick up and take the whole show down to Pensacola and buy a compound and.
No, Pensacola, no. We're going to go down to the Tampa, Bradenton area. Lots of drag strips, lots of activity.
That's some pricey real estate.
It's okay.
That's okay. Okay. Go move to Bradenton and
I don't want to do the Redneck Riviera. I want to go.
You want to go all the way down
Nice,
to
yeah.
Tampa.
Tampa, right, St. Pete, something like that, something in that range.
And okay.
Right, but just as a winter thing. Just as a winter home.
You said you were going to do that this winter.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not going to give up. So I love Nashville, Tennessee. I like. You guys have no idea how much I love where I live. Okay, but the winter, I can't deal with all the freaking winter. I'm old. I have arthritis everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with the winter. So we're going to pick up a winter place in Florida. Actually, we were going to go down and look in over Easter weekend.
Oh, okay.
You're going to go run down to Tampa and get a lay of the land.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, if you live in Bradenton and Orlando's right there and everything's right there.
Yeah. You're right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Pensacola it's cheap, but it's not in the place. It's not in the zone. You know what I mean? So I go down there. So I figure what I do is I bring a few of our cars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably bring like Slaghammer down there and bring a few cars. And I need Florida specific motorcycles because my bikes work here, but they wouldn't really work in Florida.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's just an excuse to have 5 more motorcycles.
2. I just need 2 for that.
Yeah, sure, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Florida next winter for sure. Ed Pink and Aries were boat hemis. Pink, no, the Aries based on Chevy and Pink based all his stuff off Chrysler. But they weren't boat specific. They both built boat engines, but both of them have roots in drag racing.
Remy Kushner, can I reuse very lightly used wheel bearings in my new hub and rotor? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, look them up, make sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
especially if it's got a fresh
spots.
Yeah, if it's got a fresh race, it's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeff R., good day, legends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to take that.
There must be one of these books.
How much and at what rate should water be poured down a carb to clean carbon from valve chambers and pistons? And what engine temp speed? Fully warmed up, okay? And you want to trickle. I don't have a water here to demonstrate, but I did a video on that. Where I showed it.
Yeah, go watch the video.
Yeah, go watch the video. Just so engine's idling, okay? And as you're revving it up, you take like a water bottle and just trickle it. Don't do it at idle. Don't do it at idle. You do it while things are moving quickly, right? And you can pour it. I mean, you don't take like a cup and just go like that. You know what I mean? That's bad. But if you take a water bottle, okay, and you pour it, just kind of like the same way you'd be pouring it on the ground, sort of, halfway there and get a good flow. With the RPM up, you'll never hurt the engine. It'll cycle through so fast. There's no chance of ever hydraulicing it. BarraCuda is saying the Keith Black 304 Mopar engines didn't last very well in the Trans Am. You mean the 305s? They ran just fine, and then that was the NASCAR engine for a year or two. Richard Brooks ran the 305, the KB 305, in the last wing car in 1971, was it? 1971, and like he led laps of that race with a freaking 305. Everything else was Hemis and big black Chevys and whatnot. And they actually led some laps of that race with a 305 in a Daytona. So those KB305s are fine. The only thing that was weird about them, because I had a KB305, right? I had bits from a KB305, is the pin location is crazy.
Was it very high or very low?
Very low. Very low.
So you had a lot of piston above the pin.
Lots of piston above the pin. But they seem to work just fine.
It was just like some short rod technology or something.
Well, they used a stock length rod. They used a D-stroker crank. So I forget what the stroke was on the crank. But in order to make up for, normally you got to get compression too.
Yeah.
So in order to make up for the D-stroker using the stock length rod,
the tall piston.
Tall piston. Really tall piston. You pick one.
Okay. Let's go way deep here. Zero daylight. Tony, got no taillights in my 1990 Suburban. Bulbs are good, fuses are good, and wiring is good.
You have a bad turn signal switch.
Yeah.
Change the turn signal switch. Set 12 while the engine is running.
Well, he was talking about he drilled some holes in his distributor cap and blah blah blah.
Okay.
No, Suburban doesn't have it. Circuit board and taillights in 1990. Tony, 340 W2s, hydraulic lifters, adjustable rockers. What's the initial setup?
If you hydraulic lifters, zero lash.
Yeah.
Just set them for zero lash and call it a day. Bart Dampier. Well, Bart, I'm sorry. Bart Dampier. I love the videos for free power. Yes, free power is awesome. Then I learned how to degree the cam in, and stock motor became a monster for hardly no money. My hat's off to you, my friend. Indiana says hello. Thank you for yes.
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 Watch and learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free power is the best power. Let's see.
Mark Sauvé, can one replace their own valve guides at home?
If you're set up to.
If you got all the machinery.
You got all the machinery.
Yeah. But you need to press in the angles and
Yeah, much better off. Much better off.
That's something you pay for.
Shop,
yeah, that's one thing you pay for.
Let's see. Remy Kushner, would you make a video on rear end gear setup? I have. There's at least one, possibly two, that you got to go way back. Because I know when I did the 8 3/4 in Bottle Rocket, I did the setup video on that, and I'm pretty sure I did it on something else. In my archives, there's at least 1 or 2 videos on that. Mark Sauvé is saying $1,200 Canadian for a valve job.
Oui.
A valve guide job.
Yeah.
I had 4 guides replaced on, what was it, 4 or 5 guides replaced on one of the heads from Bottle Rocket, and I had them touch up the seats too, and it was $160 American. I gave them $200 and told the guys buy lunch. And they don't give me a deal. They do not give me a deal. So
yeah, $1,200 you're getting.
Yeah, you're getting bent over, man.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon, because he lives in Canada. Pretty soon it'll just be a state, and then he'll get.
Yeah.
Then you don't get the Canada taxes and things like that.
You won't even really need to have guide jobs done.
Yeah, it'll be $300 and you'll be happy. Yeah.
Well, and so let's be fair, right? So that's what it cost me to have guides done on a cast iron 318 head, 273 head.
Mm.
But I mean, yeah, what if it's something a little bit more exotic than that?
Well, like a double overhead Audi.
Like a double- yeah,
or
exactly.
something.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yes, they're both saying, we're coming to save you, Canada.
Mm. Phil Bumney, I have a 351 Wizard that kicks back and backfires through the carburetor when starting. It's because your timing is out of whack.
Yes.
Way too much advance.
Well, wait, it kicks back and backfires through the carburetor? No. No. So, all right, so if it kicked back, it's telling you the timing is too far advanced. If it pops through the carburetor, it's telling you the carburetor, the timing is too far retarded. So it's not going to be a timing issue.
It could be a firing order issue.
It could be a firing order issue. It could be a break in the head gasket, two cylinders sharing fire. But you're not going to find it in timing. It's going to be something deeper than that. And Zero, the amazing Zero, found differential info that
There you go.
did. Thank you, Zero. Let's see. Remy Kushner is saying, backfiring through the carb can be caused by too much advance if the stock fires before intake closing.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it would have to be
90 degrees out?
Yeah, right, exactly. Could be 180 out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think of that. Sometimes the simplest things. So whoever was asking about the car, the backfiring and kicking back, you might just be 180 out. What kind of engine are you working with?
He said it's a 351 with a 302 cam.
351 with a 302 cam. Ooh, okay. So which firing order are you going by?
Yeah, the roller or non-roller firing order.
Yeah, you have a couple of different firing orders to choose from.
And if those are all bad, and then
Yeah,
5 and 6.
that's the magic of
fucked up.
Ford.
Yeah.
Dealing with Ford stuff. You've got two different firing orders, and if you've got the firing order wrong, yeah, like that never occurs to a Chrysler or a GM guy, and it was like, my 436 has 72 for life, right? No, Ford is like, yeah, they crazy with that.
Craig Simpson.
Hey, Greg, what's happening, bro?
At what age is farting out loud in public okay?
I've never.
3.
I think you got to clear 100 before that's really acceptable.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a stock engine, 351 Windsor, stock engine. But you said that you changed the cam. You said that it's a 351 with a 302 cam. Isn't that what you said? Ooh, almost 100 likes.
Almost.
We're getting there, creeping up on it.
Yeah.
Like Cosmic.
Yeah.
Not very many people.
I think it's.
We jumped the shark.
Spring solstice, or we jumped the shark, or
We
something.
jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Zero confirmed it before. We're way past that.
Yeah. We're on that. I think it's the library confuses people. I think we have to use the library, and we got the what's going on here, and then they'll generally get used to it, and then we'll also pick up. So we have to really work the library here.
Okay, so Phil, I'm sorry, Phil. I thought that you had said it was a 351 or 302 camera, vice versa. I'm sorry. You're saying it's a fully stock engine out of a 92 F-150.
F-250.
F-250.
92 F-250. It's a...
And you're certain that the firing order is right. You've got the right firing order. I'll wait for him to get back on that. KJ Kiley, Tony, on those W2s, initial adjustment, should I bottom the hydraulic lifter and then back? No.
No.
Who told you that?
Yeah. Go to it, touches, and go with like a little half turn and lock it in.
I wouldn't even do that.
Just zero.
Zero it. Just zero it. What you do is you get it warm, right? Okay, well, so for your initial, just zero. Just zero. Craig Spring, thank you, sir. Just because better than anything on TV.
We've made it. We're better than anything on television. That's it's kind of a low bar when it comes to network TV. But thank you, sir.
Cross 70 on certain Fords cause backfires. Yeah, well, like I said, there were a couple of different firing orders you can go by. Just because, let's say the engine's out of a 92, is you sure that engine is out of that 92 and it wasn't swapped in at some point? It might be something from the 1980s. So they when did they do that? 1985, 1986, when they
86, 87 when they
86, 87.
Yeah.
Stroking 73, are you the turd that stole zip ties and bias ties, wooden leg, and took a dump in his luggage? Yes, actually, I am. What are you going to do about it? That sounded good, right?
Yeah.
I'm like a keeper.
What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
Your New York came just right out of there. All that bravado. Yeah.
Bring it. Step to me. Come on. But yes, I am that turd. That totally took me out of
your brain is reset 3 years.
You guys gotta go easier, man. I'm autistic. I can't really jump from thing like that without completely going off.
Yeah.
Let's see. Zero saying it sounds like Ford confusions. Yes, or confusing Ford things. Yes.
Yeah.
Chrysler had missile division, so I'm good. Yes. Pick one, man.
They're talking to each other.
Y2KXJ. I got a 2000 XJ too. Have you ever rode the new modern high horsepower snowmobile? Some are getting up to 200 horsepower stock. I'm allergic to cold, bro.
They're stupid. Because I've rode snowmobiles for, since the 80s when they're Everroos and they were, and you barely made it up hills. These new ones are just like, they're like top fuel dragsters. They are on the snow. But it's, like you said, I gave that up years ago, but I still occasionally, friends and stuff they have, they're like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, I know. I was like motorcycles. Actually, I started doing a video on that today, right? About excessive power. You know what I mean? It's like where. So I imagine. So I think I rode a snowmobile once. Okay, but I lived on motorcycles for years, right? There comes a point with horsepower where you spend more time holding it back
than you do letting it go.
Letting it go, right? And that's where the enjoyment stops for me.
Well, it's the old thing of driving a slow car fast. It's better than driving a fast car slow.
I think it's even beyond that, though. So you snowmobiles on motorcycles, right? You've only got so much in terms of reflexes,
Right.
right? And the terrain that you're on only has so much, will only take so much speed, right? The circumstance only takes so much speed.
Right.
So like on a street, let's just say, and you got like 150, 175 horsepower motorcycle, which is like common these days. You're always accidentally going too fast.
Yeah.
You're always accidentally.
It's too easy to get in trouble.
Way too easy to get into trouble. And just the slightest variation, and like it's too easy to go into turns hot. It's, you know what I mean? It's like it takes all the joy out of it.
The one day that banana's there on the curb and you're in the pole.
Right. It takes all the joy out of it. Too much power in some. The only place I have found where too much power is always good is literally on the drag strip. In every other circumstance, it's the right power, the right amount of power, or the right power management that is where,
Okay, Ghost has got a problem. Hey guys, doing a road test on the 68 Newport BBD carb, and the engine stalls out while cruising. Runs without the battery, can't figure it out. Seems to be a fuel issue due to pumping at the start.
Well, it should run without the battery. I mean, you don't run it for long like that because you will kill the voltage regulator. Like it's okay to just see if the quickest check of a charging system. You did it all the time. It was just a normal thing back in the day. Was just take one of the battery cables and loosen it, and just take it off while the engine's running. If the engine keeps running, charging system's good. Engine stalls, charging system's out, and then gauges.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to put a meter on it. But for generations, that's how you check the charging.
Take the negative post off. Yeah.
But he's doing a road to the 60 BBD car. The engine stalls out while cruising. Runs without the battery. Can't figure it out. Seems to be a fuel issue due to pumping at the start. Engine stalls out while cruising. Check for. Okay, there's a few things, right? But the psychic intuitive mechanic in me says check the rubber hose between the gas tank and the fuel line. At the back of the car, right? So you're gonna have like a length of about 4 inches or so of rubber hose that goes between the sending unit in the tank and the steel line that runs through the car. Check that for dry rot because that'll give you exactly that. Jared, crack a CR500 open and you see a white. Oh, bro, I rode a KX500. I know. My Woods bike for a while was a KX250. All right, just to give you an idea, like where my head was back in the insanity days. That was my Woods bike, and I rode a KX250 once. And you ride that once, and you remember it forever, right? You feel it forever. Okay, so the CR is not going to be any different. Okay, Christopher Wick.
That's what I was looking at too.
Yeah, 71 X heads. There would be there would be J's, 202 J's in 71, but that's okay. Is it normal in pushing the guides in? Is it normal for pieces of the cast iron to break off right under where you would push the umbrella seal on? That's not normal. That's not normal. But it's probably not a big deal. That's probably not a big deal. Because normally, when you're setting up a set of like small block Mopar heads, those guides, the parts that, the top of the guide that broke off there, they'll only allow about just over 500 lift, right? Like they're maxed out at like 520, 525 left. So in other words, at that point, the retainer, right, hits that part, that guide. And that could be a situation where you had an engine, where that engine was together, it might have been to where, where the retainer was whacking the top of the guide and would crack it and cause it to happen. But it's common to trim them down like 200 thousandths of an inch, you know, just to get adequate clearance. So yeah. Jared, nice. Those were excellent woods bikes. I had so I went through a period of like real motorcycle insanity. I had 28 bikes at one point when I lived in New York, right? So I had XR 200R that was like a just you know, one of the trail bikes. I had a KX 125 and a KX 250 all at the same time, and just depending on where you were going to go, right? So the KX 250, the thing that I will never forget about that bike was that no matter how crossed up you got, okay, like you could be completely sideways with your shoulder rubbing on the freaking ground, okay? Like there's no hope of recovery. And all you had to do with that bike was just whang the throttle. Just whang the thing and it would whoop, and it would just stand straight up, get up on the back wheel and just take you out of any situation you were in. It was just so beautiful, that bike. Did anyone actually read all those books? How do you think Dr. Art got his name?
Yeah.
He studied those books. He wrote a good portion of them. He wrote these.
The green ones.
The green ones, right there. Jared, that's so true, right? Yeah, I know, man, I know. Believe me, if I wasn't as crippled as I am today, I would grab another one of those bikes in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Eric, if that the 96, if it is an OBD2, yeah, it could be tuned, but the thing is with the trucks, some of them didn't go OBD2 till 97 because of the weight. They didn't have to meet that mandatory OBD2 thing in 96. So look at the plug under the dash, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
If it looks like an OBD2 plug, then yeah, then you're in. But I kind of doubt it because I don't think they did any 300s with OBD2.
Well, you could just look real quick under the hood because it won't have the diagnostic connector.
Yeah, it'll be under.
Yeah, Ford had that crazy diagnostic connector with the pigtail that you'd have to
jump with a
jump. Yeah,
with a fucking paper clip to read the codes. Yeah, but yes, if you got if I'm wrong and it's an OBD2, yes, it can be tuned.
Pick a book up. No, come on, man. We don't want to look how neat they are. We don't want to.
They've just been dusted and waxed.
Right.
And, yeah, no. Sorry.
Alfred was just in here cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. Tony, are you doing any more videos on the rusted out BarraCuda?
Dr. Art and I have talked about scribbles numerous times, but nothing ever comes.
No, we don't.
We don't follow through.
No, we don't. We have ideas, but then they're like, eh. We never get the eureka moment with that freaking car. But it is spring, so we'll get more sunlight, and maybe that'll help our brains.
Yeah, we've both been in like seasonal depression. You know what I mean? It's like you just don't really want to do anything.
Yeah.
But there are ideas. There are ideas.
Yes. Should we ask the peanut gallery for ideas?
Do it.
Okay. Scribble Zakuda. What would you like to see have done to that? That would be interesting, amazing, and a good time for all.
Yes. Well, more importantly, what would you like to see Dr. Art do with the BarraCuda? Because I've got my hands full.
Yes.
Right? The car is just sitting here. You know, it's just. What do you want to see him do with that car?
Yes. What? Yeah. Best answer wins a cookie. So, you know, you got that going for you.
Donovan Fraser saying, "Hey, I would buy scribbles from you." That car's rough, bro. That car's really rough. I don't think you'd. if you spend some time around it, I don't think you'd still want to buy it.
Yeah, it's rough like your mother likes it.
Yeah,
Rough.
rough, yeah. Drew's car care 65 here today. Spring is on the way here. Bro, it was 76 today.
Yeah.
It was 76 today. It was beautiful. It was like 72 yesterday. It was like 76 today, and then tomorrow it's going to be in the 60s.
I really expected you to not show up tonight and you'd be on your motorcycle somewhere.
I'm all day today.
Oh, you were up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I expected you rolling it sideways at 6:05 or whatever.
I was supposed to shoot a video with it, and it was like, just no.
No.
No. I haven't posted a video like since Saturday.
Your Charger video.
Yeah, it was the last one that I put up. It was just because I've just been enjoying the weather.
I seen that and I'm like, oh my God, that thing is like a giant
Charger?
squish catfish looking weird.
You should go and look at them in person. It's different. When you see one actually in the flesh, it's completely different than.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah. It did. I mean, it did look bad, but it looked like it was like somebody zoomed in on it 120%.
Is Scribbles a rust bucket? Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever worked on a car that you didn't want to do anything right? You started singing, I wish my beer was cold as a skirt. Yeah.
Okay, why not make a point of view video when you're on a bike? Because I hate those videos. I consume a lot of motorcycle content, right? And one of my pet peeves are those videos where, have you ever noticed you're not a motorcycle guy, so you don't see it, right?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
It's the whole freaking video. They just, all you know is you see the top of the gauges, you see the handlebars, you see his hands on the road going like this, right? While they yak about something. I hate those videos. I will never do one of those videos. Oddly enough, I do have a helmet that I have, GoPro mounts on, but I haven't used it. Okay, so just a short, and maybe. Cognito, Cogito or government. I can't pronounce your name, bro. I'm so sorry. Those are the worst. I don't want to go on a vicarious motorcycle ride. I agree. I like walk arounds. I like that type of thing. You cannot pick up what a motorcycle feels like or sounds like or anything with one of those like point of view videos. They're terrible. I'd much rather have somebody just walk around a bike and describe its features and its liabilities.
Fire it up, listen to it.
Fire it up, listen to it. So,
but I was. Go ahead.
Yesterday, right? I wanted to shoot some B-roll because I bought them. I'm not going to say which bike I bought, right? What?
Nothing.
I wanted to shoot some B-roll. Right?
Okay.
So I had the GoPro with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up by the trailer place, Lazy Days.
Okay.
Got the road there.
Yeah.
So I put the camera down, right? And I figured, let me do a couple of drive-bys, so this way you hear the bike and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught myself getting on the bike. So in other words, so the bike's parked here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I put the GoPro down on the curb, right? Shooting up at me. And so I turned it on and then I got on the bike. And I realized something as I was watching myself get on the bike. I'm the feeble old guy. You don't
the
think
60-year-old toddler.
Yeah. You don't think of yourself, right? You don't think of yourself that way, okay? Right. You say, well, I'm smooth, right? I got it all together.
Yeah.
No, I realize that I move cautiously, like the crippled old guy. Just put your hands on it and make sure it's not going to tip over. It's like,
glasses. Put your glasses on so you can find the key to start it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, I see how old I am now, but I have to watch it through a video to really understand it. Oscar Walton, what's your opinion on the Royal Enfield 650 Bear? I tell you the truth, I wanted a classic 350 until I realized it would duplicate one of the bikes that I've already got. Right, so I was bent on that. I don't really know what to make of the 650s. Everything I see about them, they're beautiful bikes, and all of the reviews I see, I haven't actually put one on. I haven't actually put my hands on one, so that's as far as I can go. It's just what I see from reviews. They look capable. Royal Enfield is becoming the bike. Royal Enfield is displacing Harley Davidson, on a global scale. And I don't think it's going to be too much longer in this country before Royal Enfield really, despite, I hate to see it, but Harley Davidson has alienated like 90% of its traditional audience and cut out the when they did it with Evo Sports, they cut the legs out of the newcomer market. Then those 650s, they're all wine. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell am I saying. What am I talking about?
You're gibbering about Royal Enfield.
I don't even know.
We have to get you on some brain supplements, I think.
It's all deteriorating very quickly.
A neighbor showed up with a 1986 Dodge Daytona hatchback with a 2.2 turbo and a 5-speed. Dashboard is funny, especially the boost vacuum gauge.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that was a badass car of that model year.
I drag tested one for Cars Illustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ran in the 14s with it. I don't remember how far in the 14s. It was a white one. And funny story about that one, right? So it was an 86. It was the Shelby version, right? The Daytona Shelby Z. So I took it street racing, okay, but I didn't have a photographer. So confessions, right, of a magazine guy. So we took every car we drag tested out street racing. So I would take it to Fountain Avenue, I'd take it to like Front Street in Philadelphia, I'd take it to the West Shore Expressway, we'd go to Deer Park, right? And street racing thing to like find out where it fit into the pecking order, okay? So the night there's a couple of nights that I took it out racing, I didn't have a photographer. Mm-hmm. It was just me and the car. So I had no pictures of this thing. So I did the story, and now I got to hand in pictures. What do we do? Well, we're going to have to fudge this, right? So I go and I pick up a photographer, right? And we're planning on the spots where we're going to make get action shots of the car. And he says, "How does this thing run?" I says, "Bro, it fucking runs pretty damn stout." So I ran it up to valve floor, power shifted second. When I power shifted second, I blew the transaxle out on the ground, right? Yeah, it just bang, it was one of these things, right? So now what do? I don't know.
You
right?
blow up your future car.
Well, up the street from the photographer's house was a highway overpass. So what we did was we called all of our buddies in the area that had hot rods, and we pushed the Daytona to the middle of the overpass because it had like the best kind of background. Mm-hmm. And we had everybody do burnouts and whatnot alongside the car. So it appeared like we were actually racing this thing. But it was actually, and if you look carefully, you can see like puddles
dripping
under the front of the car. But yeah, I mean, you had to be there.
And then, I wanted to ask you about this too. Because there was a thing, I can't remember if it was on YouTube or on the internet and stuff like that. Someone under the brand of Cars Illustrated was going to do a project car.
Somebody under the name Cars Illustrated?
Yes. It said after like 30 years, Cars Illustrated is looking for their next feature car.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I was Cars Illustrated.
Well, I know. That's why I wanted to ask you about it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Let me see if I can. You entertain the troops.
Okay. 69 Falcon 29. 4.9 is far more superior to the Dana or the 12-bolt GM. No, I do not agree with that 69 Falcon. I did a whole video on this, comparing the Ford 9-inch to the Dana 60 to the 8 3/4 to the old Pontiac rear, right? Because you have a lot of rears that are in that. The 9-inch, the benefit of the 9-inch is how low the pinion is on the ring gear, so you've got more tooth engagement. But the down part of that is that there's so much deflection that they had to put that bearing, the bearing at the front of the pinion, because as soon as you put any suds to it, it wants to pull away from the ring gear. So you need that extra bearing. So that adds strength. But the downside to all of that is that it takes more breakaway power to get the 9-inch turning than any of the other rears. So the 9-inch, while it's the strongest of the bunch, by its odd design, and the only reason it wasn't designed like that for power. It was designed like that because on the full-size cars that they were intending to use it in, they wanted a flat floor pan, as close to a flat floor pan as possible in the back. And so that's why they dropped the pinion as low as they did, kind of like on a Cadillac rear. But like I said, the downside is it's strong, but it takes a lot of power to turn. So if you're scratching for power, okay, then the Dana 60 is a better choice. The 9-inch will slow you down. You won't really, so over like the 500-600 horsepower range, you won't really notice a difference between those two. But if you're dealing with a typical like 350, 400 horsepower car like that, you will definitely, you're gonna lose a tenth going from, and I've seen this happen. Like you're gonna lose a tenth or two swapping from, let's say, an 8 3/4 to a 9-inch Ford, just because of the extra power it takes to turn that. Yes. All right. Zero put up a link there to my 9-inch Ford pros and cons. Actually, yes, did a whole video there.
There's a Cars Illustrated on.
Oh, look, there's me.
Facebook. Yeah. But somebody's posting as,
That's me again.
Yeah, they're rehashing all your material.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So yeah. So this is a drag test I did on a Lincoln LSC. So that's me. And then
They got you in the Fox body.
oh, where was it?
It was down one more.
Oh yeah. And that's my Mustang. So now what do they want to do?
They were this guy here, this little guy with this little caterpillar mustache. He's
about 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's telling the world he's Cars Illustrated.
Yeah. Well, of course I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that website is good. Oh, there's me.
Yeah, there's you. Yeah.
I'm drawing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the Cars Illustrated exists on.
There's the Buick.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
I know that Cars Illustrated exists on Facebook, that they have a whole thing going on with it, but evidently now they're going to start doing project cars.
I can't find the post, but yeah, I mean, there's just Cars Illustrated, and they got new shit.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't advise it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's that little guy right there.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
So this guy here. Whoops, where'd it go?
I don't know.
Okay.
This phone sucks, so it's not your fault. Anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I thought that was like, I'm like, I'm like, I would have thought I would know about that.
Yeah, young Cars Illustrated guy. If you're watching this, right, or if somebody knows him, young Cars Illustrated guy. I wouldn't even try it. But like, you'll not survive if you try to do the shit that we did back then. In today's world and today's environment and everything.
With the cost of cars and everything,
you will not survive. I mean, it's that simple. You just can't get away with it, the way we did back then. Good luck.
Yeah. All right. Enough of that. They're all talking to themselves again.
They are.
Yeah.
Why would they want to talk to us?
I don't know.
We're just
We're just the guys on TV.
exactly. We're just an excuse for them to get together and
Yeah.
we're the party hosts.
We're the hosts. Yeah.
Right.
They're off partying in the corner with their friends.
69 Falcon 29. Do you always keep your eyes closed? Me, yes. Yes. I'm
Yes.
afraid of everything.
That's the only way to go through life. Is just
Keep them closed and keep moving forward.
go forward.
Yeah. Oh, Zero says we got 122 likes.
Nice.
That's not bad. 122 is
That's not bad. We get a light crowd
it's
tonight.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It is a light crowd. To be 18, lots of stuff around. Drew's car care. Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Chrysler made it millions and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. It's all blah blah.
Yeah, nobody else. Zero saying, when fear is the only reminder my heart is still beating. With the silent scream in your throat, right?
Hot Rod Cammy. Listening to the live while working on 53 Ford Golden Jubilee in my buddy's garage.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Is it a restoration or a hot rod? 5340. Oh, I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can picture the car.
Yeah.
I can picture the car, yeah. Let's see. 80 Cobra Guy wants to know, is a lemon more sour than steel is strong?
Depending on the lemon.
Depending on the grade of steel.
Yeah.
What's the alloy that you're dealing with?
Mm-hmm. What is this?
You have communications coming?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Is it trouble? Or is it like the
well, no.
hotline?
It's the tuner's hotline. This thing goes day and night now. It's just kind of like okay.
Yes. So Dr. Art he tunes. That's what he does. So where can they contact you?
drartstuff@gmail.com.
Yes, and he'll do that.
Yeah.
Sunglasses at night.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Kiwi back on. He was just with Kiwi today.
Yeah.
How is Kiwi doing?
The same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanishing Point or Bullet. Bullet only has that one scene. That movie sucks. Have you ever actually watched the movie?
Yeah, you suffer through the whole
you suffer through the whole movie for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes of wheel hopping up hills sitting in San Francisco. Yeah.
You see how bad a Ford suspension is. If you ever really want to see how bad a Ford suspension
It's like, wow.
Axle hop up the wazoo.
Yeah, I think we're going to need a couple more green Mustangs for the scene, sir.
Let's see. The wheel hopping in reverse is, you get it going forward too.
Mm-hmm.
Zero saying vanishing. The Mustang never actually caught the Charger. Yeah, you could see like they cheated, man. Like during certain parts of that chase where they like, you see the Chargers like running away from this thing, and then like they'll cut to the next scene, the Mustang's back up on it again.
Yeah.
John, have you seen persistent small leaks with a single pin neutral safety switch? Not really, no.
Mm-hmm. Wayne, I have a turbo 350 trans from a 6-cylinder car. Will it handle 400 foot-pounds of torque?
Should.
Yeah, the 350 should, yeah.
Should, yeah. What are the main differences in the 350 between let's say a 6-cylinder and an 8-cylinder trans?
think there's much.
Yeah, I don't recall there being like grades of Turbo 350, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
How about Cav? You ever count? Ever watch how many hubcaps in that movie? Yeah.
The way
Charger's always
the Charger
hubcaps.
went through about 30 hubcaps. Yeah.
80 Cobra Guy are the old Harley projection systems junk. What do you think, Dr. Art?
I had a conversation with somebody about this a couple days ago. Remember, it was on Monday night or not, but somebody had one in a box from 1986.
Okay.
And they're like, should I put? It might have been 80 Cobra Guy. They're like, should I put this on a tread? I'm like, absolutely. I mean, because those things had like knobs for adjustments and things like that.
I'm trying to picture it. I don't think
It was a big behemoth of a thing with 4 of those, like Chevy Suburban up injectors.
Right.
In a box that had knobs to adjust different.
I don't think I've ever actually seen one.
Oh, but that was like the first, like, here, put this in.
I've heard of them, but I can't recall.
Well, they've been extinct for a while, but they had a brand new one in a box. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and put it on. Try it out. If it works, it works. I mean, if all the gaskets and rubber are still good and all of the electronics are still good, it should work just fine.
Well, even that should be simple electronics for somebody to repair too.
Yeah. Just some drivers, basically, and yeah, real easy stuff.
Peter from Edmonton, is the 265 in an 81 Le Mans a total turd? Yeah. Yeah. It's seriously, a 305 is an upgrade, and a 305 is still, a kind of like not really happy go-go motor. But it depends what you're using it for. Koji Connect is saying, the Bullet Mustang got suspension, exhaust, carbon tuning work for the film. The Charger got spray bomb black. No, you could clearly see the superiority of the Charger, the Mopar in that.
And again, we reached the moment of silence.
Yes, I think we need a break. Let's take a break.
Take a break, like a Snickers, or just a nice refreshing Mountain Dew or something like that.
There are no breaks when you're live, though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We forgot we have to be on TV for 2 hours.
69 Falcons waiting on. I'm trying to find a rebuild kit for a Harley 3-barrel.
You should be able to get one by the part number on the horn.
Well, I mean, everything in the floats, everything in the bowls is the same. So metering block gaskets and all that is going to be the same.
Yeah, what specifically would you need for the 3-barrel itself? I mean, unless it was like shaft seals or something weird specific.
The base gasket is different.
Yeah.
The base gasket's different, but there's no reason that you couldn't use, one from, let's say, an 850 and just cut the divider out of the center.
Yeah.
On the secondaries. You should. I would hazard to say that pretty much anything that's a kit for an 850 is probably going to give you everything you need to do that 900 or the 3-barrel.
On the shelf.
Let's see. War Ghost is saying he pulled a little fuel hose and it's fine, going to replace it. Reading an old Motors Troubleshooting manual from the 70s. Okay. So that was that situation where it was stalling as it was driving.
Yeah.
Could be a clogged sock too. That'll do. Ooh, there you go. Partially clogged sock will give you that. So if the sock is mostly blocked off, as you drive down the road, it'll suck up the fuel that's actually in the sock. And then once that runs out, it's not being replenished quickly enough and the car will stall. Now it'll sit, you won't be able to start it for, let's say, a minute, 2 minutes, and then it'll fire right back up again because the gasoline will seep back into the sock and give the pump something. So check that.
Or just throw caution to the wind, and when you get the hose off, just put some compressed air back into the tank.
Right,
pull that sock
exactly,
right off.
exactly, yeah. That's what we used to do. The sock would get clogged, and that's exactly what we do. Pull the fuel line off and just put some compressed air to it and blow the sock off.
Mm-hmm.
And zero, put up the link to Dr. Art's channel of Endless Wonders.
Yes, it's fantastic event. There really is a lot of different stuff on that channel.
Dude, I marvel at your variety.
You never watch it.
Of course I do. I'm one of your biggest fans. There's one for you, Dr. Art. 432.
Any head bolts go into the water jacket? Yes.
All of them, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
But they're not really known for sealing issues.
No, because they have enough threads, and that's usually not an issue.
Yeah.
But you can run some sealer on the threads if you want.
Pipe dope. Put a little pipe dope on there.
Yeah. Or the Permatex makes a nice, it's like a thick owner's glue.
Pipe dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. You screw it in there and it's fine.
Dr. Art's channel now with Baby Hippo Derby giveaway. You giving away baby hippos?
Yes. See? Now you're interested. So now finally, after all these years, you're finally interested.
Don't make it sound like that. Let me see here.
Here's one for you while you're scrolling.
Yes.
Thoughts on a quadrijet that bogs when harder acceleration at the air door is set properly and the secondary choke pull-off is still hooked up?
Thoughts on a quadrijet that bogs with harder acceleration. Air doors are set properly and the secondary choke pull-off is still hooked up. It's hooked up, but is it working? First off, are you sure it's in the carburetor and it's not an ignition issue, a timing issue? Are you sure you're getting full accelerator pump? If you've got that pull off functioning correctly, I can't
See why it would bog.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting fact too. See how my phone was last week? You remember? It was all like smashed.
Yeah.
I thought I ruined the screen. It's just a freaking screen protector. I took it to Verizon. The guy goes, zip. Okay, you're fixed.
Oh, I don't have that. Mine is actually broken.
Yeah. But I thought mine was too, so it was very deceiving.
I'm looking.
No, it doesn't violate wildlife laws or anything like that because they get a hippopotamus for Christmas is the theme. So.
Oh, a hippo for Christmas.
Yeah, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. And any hippopotamus will do. So.
I've never heard that.
No.
No, I just stepped into like. This is one of those. It's one of those Mandela effects, right?
Yeah, and you're like, what?
That was probably the most popular song of 1984, right?
Okay.
And in your timeline, and on my timeline, it
Didn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
John Mace, any Howell TBI fuel injection experience? Is there any harm deleting the mass airflow and the map sensor and getting injector feedback strictly from the O2 sensor?
Don't know anything about how.
So it has both a mass air and a manifold pressure.
No, that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The O2 sensor alone isn't going to do it.
No, that's three separate functions.
I would say if anything can be deleted, since you use them both, I would say the mass air can be deleted, but the map be definitely more direct. So you'd be getting a combination. You'd be getting input from the map and the throttle position sensor, and that would probably be enough to run the engine correctly.
Yeah.
But now you won't get that through the mass air.
No, you got to leak and connected. The bottom of the carb float wells leak. Can you JB weld them? Yes.
Yes, I did a video on that.
JB weld is a miracle.
It is. It is. Make sure you scuff it. Make sure you clean it and scuff it up really good.
Very, very clean.
Yeah. Flipper Dolphin. Ever work with the old school STR street tunnel rams? Cross ram, yeah. The Edelbrocks. Not Edelbrock. Yeah, Edelbrock. What carburetor street strip experience with this configuration, good or bad? No, I don't think I've ever worked with one. I'm familiar with them.
They're cool, but I wouldn't want to play with them. They look like a nightmare to tune.
They got a really big plenum. Those things came about. That was part of that whole that Trans Am era. I'm just trying to remember. No, I've never actually worked with one. I've never worked with one. The closest I ever came to that would be a rat roaster cross ram on a 426 Hemi, and that actually meant a demise of it popped and it blew itself in half like this, so the carburetors were like facing like this. No, I wish I could give you some input on that. Right?
Northern Grit. Suppose you were in the market for a 360 and you found one runner in a 1979 RV. What would you offer for it? What's its value?
It's a good runner, but you got to pull it.
Yeah, if you're gonna pull it,
because that's a big deal there, man.
Yeah.
If you got to pull it, it's $200. I mean, I would say it's probably worth $500 or $600, providing it's a good runner and you can confirm that it's a good runner.
And the guy pulls it out for you.
Right?
Yeah.
If you got to pull it out yourself, I wouldn't give one $200.
Yeah, and don't get any ideas of bringing home the RV and you're gonna swap it and do no.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Let's see. Monica Smith. Have you guys ever heard of someone putting bigger exhaust valves in big block Chevy heads without putting bigger seats, letting the valves sit into the chamber? So was this like a half a repair for a sunken seat? Like, because that sounds like maybe a backyard type of repair for a sunken seat. You just take a slightly oversized valve, drop it, lap it in, and send it down the road. I wouldn't do it for any type of performance. There would be absolutely no performance advantage to something like that.
Here's a nice thought.
Yeah.
Tonight's dinner: pork chops, coated in brown sugar, and hit with a propane torch to caramelize them before throwing them into a frying pan. Is a successful experiment.
That excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Just another thought, Con. Smash a forklift into the motorhome and torch the motor out. You're still talking about like excessive labor.
Yeah.
Relentless Dan is saying, still a small hole. Why would a bigger valve do anything other than get in the way?
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe it might have been a backyard repair for an excessively slung seat, but there wouldn't be any advantage to it.
Levi's Garage. I have a 1984 Dodge 250 318. What inexpensive mods can I do for more power?
the usuals. I mean, simple bolt-on stuff.
Exhausts and
Yeah, headers, a small port intake manifold, like a Performer 318, small like a 600 Harley or a back to 600 Harley or a 600 Elbrock, probably better carburetor would be Elbrock than that. And curved distributor. You're gonna find a lot of improvement working in a distributor with setting the distributor and that. Zero is saying propane didn't infuse them with smelly propane. It's not that cool. Well, Zero, I mean, you think about it. You cook on a propane grill, and it doesn't taste like.
right.
So
And he probably had a small like handheld like map gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Let's see. That sounds yummy. Pork chops.
Now everybody's hungry for pork chops now.
Pork chops are so hit and miss though. Have you noticed that some pork chops have like a split of white meat and dark meat?
Yeah.
And other pork chops are all white meat?
Yeah.
It pisses me off when I get one of the dark meat ones.
You don't like the dark pork?
I hate it. It's like murderous. It's the same thing with pork loins. You buy a pork loin.
Well, it just depends where they cut the loin from. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get it at the top with all the white meat. Yeah.
Yeah. Dark meat on either pork or chicken, right, drives me into this murderous rage. You have no idea. There are very few things that piss me off more than dark meat. Firefly saying the dark meat pork tastes right. Keep it. Enjoy it. Have at it, bro.
Hey guys, the Carter BBD is supposed to have 2 jets for fuel spraying from the accelerator pump or 1?
Yes. 2.
So, yeah.
Always 2. I heard all 3-3 Mopars are steel cranks. No, 71 they went to a cast crank. Unautomatic transmission versions. So 71 3-3 automatic is a cast crank, and the 4-speed is a steel crank. Also 400s, when you go to 400s, people think that those are all cast crank, but they're not. 73, 74, 400 manual transmission has the old 3-3 steel crank, and only the automatics have cast cranks. Granddad's John, Jeff Hutchins is saying most parts of a pig are edible. To you, I'm limited to bacon and white meat. BarraCuda says people taste like pork. I've heard this.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Cobra Guy, UTI, I know you prefer carbs like myself, but would you ever consider using a distributorless ignition system? A lot of advantages as far as infinite timing adjustments, curves, start, recharge, etc. I agree. There are a lot of advantages to it. And let's say Dr. Art said, hey, I have this distributorless ignition system. Let's take this thing to the track and let's have some fun with it. And I would be like, yes, let's go and experiment and play with all different things. And it opens up so many possibilities. I agree. It's a fantastic deal. Would I myself ever own one? No, not even on a bet. I want something I can fix on the side of the road. You know what I mean? I want myself, if I have to own it, it needs to be serviceable. So I draw a line at regular electronic ignitions, and even at that, only factory ones. But that doesn't mean I'm down on the stuff. If you have it, or let's say Dr. Art was to say, let's play with this thing, I'm down. Let's do it. I'm always looking to learn. I like to play with stuff like that, but not to own it myself. Make any sense? scoop. Most of his pork is in the form of bacon, and as it should be.
Yeah. How's the chicken fried bacon going?
We haven't.
Still have. I
haven't
mean,
done
what this has been like
I-
since before Christmas.
Dude, I'm a failure.
You have to put your foot down.
I can't get anything done.
We're gonna get you a little notepad that hangs around your neck. So you go home and Kathy, I need this.
And she'll just give me a look.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get any out.
You're not getting that. Go away.
She's on a health diet kick now. She wants to be healthy. You ever have Jet's Pizza?
Yes, I despise it.
You do? Okay. For a while, I was on a Jet's Pizza kick, right?
Okay.
It's good. They had an 8-corner pie, right? Bacon and sausage, right?
Mhm.
Which I thought was really freaking good.
Okay.
So I was having it on average like once a week. I grab a pie from
Okay.
Jet's, right? And then they got to know me, and they were supposed to give me free stuff. And then they actually sent free pizza over to the shop one night. We were doing a live over there.
Oh, okay. They were like, yeah.
Yeah, they saw that we were doing a live. There was one of the guys that worked there, followed the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing live, so they sent us boxes of pizza.
Okay.
And so I thought that was
It's
really
free
nice.
pizza, so that's the most delicious.
But I haven't had it in, let's say, 6 months.
Okay.
I had it yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
inedible.
Oh, completely lost the taste for it, or it was made bad?
Well, no, it was made fine. They made it just fine. But when you stop, it's so synthetic that when you get away from it for any amount of time and then you have it afterwards, horrible. Absolutely horrible.
It's unedible. Yeah.
I can't take a bite of anything McDonald's anymore.
Oh, no.
I can't take a bite of anything Burger King anymore. I went to Arby's not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't eat it. I ate it, but it was like I regretted it. The only place I don't get the regrets, like when you get that taste in your mouth, and it's just
The foam plastic taste, yeah.
Taco Bell.
No, with the fucking Taco Bell.
But only certain things. Only
With
certain
the chicken.
things. Right, the chicken, like I get chicken chalupas.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to screw that up. It's pieces of grilled chicken, lettuce,
Well, the lettuce is where you went wrong. It should be just chicken and cheese and some kind of wrappy tortilla and shove it in your
But yeah, but I'm
Okay.
just saying that's the only of the fast foods that I can actually eat and not say, why did I do that? Why did I put that in my friggin' mouth? Joe K. Cantina chicken tacos. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
BarraCuda says if you lick the pig, it probably wouldn't taste like pork either. So
Oh,
you're probably right.
depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you looking with it? Just another thought gone. Laugh my ass off. I am making bacon wrapped chicken right now. Excellent. I used to make that all the time, man. You get a chicken, chicken breast. You cut it like in a circle. You wrap bacon around it this way, and you wrap bacon around it that way, and barbecue sauce. And throw it on the grill, man. Awesome shit. Jeff Hutchins, seriously, walk up to someone, lick them, and then tell me they taste like pork.
Go ahead and shoot that video, Jack.
Yeah, shoot that. I will watch it, man.
Yeah. And do it in the bad neighborhoods. Even more reaction.
Firefly bacon wrapped chicken. Yo, bro, I'm telling you,
Mhm.
it's delicious. Greg Sprung. You know what I hate? He hates it, all caps. The cars that backfire, pop, etc. when slowing down. Makes me want to buy a piece of shit and wreck them. What the hell is the point? It's an exhaust leak. So so you get popping as you're slowing down, it means that air is getting sucked into the exhaust. Like it's not usually enough of an exhaust leak that you hear it, but it's enough of an exhaust leak that when you take your foot off the gas, you get low pressure in the exhaust and the tubing. Oxygen gets in there, gets sucked in through like little cracks, and that oxygen ignites the unburned fuel in the pipe, and that's how you get that pop 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 as it's slowing down. But that's what that is.
You can tune that into it. I just did a video of that.
You can tune
Yeah,
that?
he may be trolling me just a hair.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. How do you tune that in? What do you do? Why would you tune that in?
Just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
They're like that. On your map, on your area of decel, you remove all the timing and you add fuel.
Oh shit, really?
Yes. So on decel, usually the fuel injector, they're like 36, 38 degrees timing.
Okay.
You back it to 0.
Okay.
So you remove all the timing, so it's very super inefficient, and you add more fuel. So you got all this unburnt fuel going down the pipe on decel. And then it gets into the hot pipes and it goes pa.
Okay. Okay.
So I did that. A buddy of mine wanted that done for his Jeep that I previously tuned that runs real good. He goes, just to try it. And I'm like, yeah, here you go. So.
Bill McKay says zingers, ho-hos, Twinkies, or moon pies for the best road trip treat.
I like the little chocolate donuts that taste like wax. They come in the sleeve.
I'm a Dorito guy. I generally get bags of Doritos and chomp on as I'm going down the road.
Oh, okay.
I'm not into any of the other stuff that he listed there.
Yeah, and it'll shoot big flames when it's stupid rich and everything.
Okay. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Scoop is saying Doritos are horrible. I agree, they are horrible, but they're good road trip chewables.
Because they're crunchy and they got
Yeah, they got the orange.
Yeah, right. Can't they wipe my fingers off them, Brad?
Let's see. Scoopy, cashews, and oh yeah, cashews are good. Cashews are good. Greg Spun, Hardee's around here are really good. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits. I had Hardee's the other day. That was another one that I can't eat Hardee's anymore either. It's the same thing. They changed the buns. The meat is good.
Yeah, their hamburger buns are fucking horrible.
Yeah. So I got.
It's this new synthetic bread that they're trying to push on everybody.
Is that what that is?
It's got to be because it looks and it tastes like foam.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's. But if you get their biscuits, that's actually just
okay.
Flour and butter.
Because I got a couple of I used to love them. Mushroom Swiss burgers.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of them, and I choked them down because of that bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. No biscuits.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see. What's that? Coconut water?
Okay.
I'm starving now.
Yeah.
Straight Blue, has anyone noticed that bread doesn't get moldy anymore? Everything is poison, man. Everything is poison.
Yeah.
RFK is going to do something. I think he's going to just.
He's just going to hammer.
I hope so. BarraCuda likes barbecue iguana. All right. Let's see.
Tony, what's required on a Magnum head to LA block swap?
Magnum head to LA block swap. You're going to need push rod. You're going to need a lifter that oil through the push rods. Because the stock LA ones don't, right? So you're gonna need lifters that are compatible with that. The push rods are a given, and an intake manifold. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Definitely lifters, though. Definitely lifters. You're gonna use. Obviously, you're not gonna use the Magnum rollers in your LA unless it's a roller LA, in which case go right ahead. But if it's a flat top at LA motor, you're going to use a Jeep lifter. an AMC Jeep lifter, same ones that are in the X-Tank. And those
Those oil through the
Yeah.
push rod.
the right height, the right diameter, and they oil through the push rod. KFC sucks anymore. KFC went down hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut is barely edible. Has been barely edible for decades now. Pepsi Frito-Lay company as well. Yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. I hope when RFK is done, running through all, I hope we have nothing but farmers markets. You know what I mean? I hope that we have absolutely nothing but farmers markets left by the time he's done.
Yeah, you can get rid of 90% of the food
Yeah.
in the grocery stores and just have people eat just 5 basic things and be much.
If you got rid of 90% of the food that was in the supermarkets, the population would be 90% healthier.
And 90% less fat ass.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken at the Mexican market, fantastic. All dark meat? No. I actually had real Mexican tacos today. Chicken tacos from real Mexicans in a real Mexican place, and there was no dark meat.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been furious. Bill McKayska, thank you for the super chat. Even though fast food is still somewhat cheaper and faster, I still like to leave the house early so I have time to stop at my local mom and pop diner for biscuits, gravy, and eggs in the morning. Yeah. Fewer and fewer of them around. You should open one. That's what you should do.
We have them. They're called Waffle Houses.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stand in front of a grill and deal with any of that nonsense. No, I'm gonna go to Waffle House and get
You're right. We
hash brown sausage bowl and coffee and be happy.
We do have a wealth of hash browns here.
Yes.
And the biscuits aren't bad. Have you had the biscuits and sausage gravy?
No.
Yeah, try it. They're not bad.
No.
Not bad.
I only get one thing, so.
When I moved here,
Mm-hmm.
I became a biscuit freak, biscuits and gravy, because we didn't have that in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We didn't have that. So like all of a sudden biscuits and gravy were everywhere. And I put on like 20 pounds in the first month that I was here.
Oh, yeah.
Biscuits and gravy.
It's just white flour and gravy.
Yeah. Wet flour and dry flour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saving Chevys, thank you for the super chat. Is fast food quality getting worse, or are we just getting poisoned enough? I believe it's getting worse, bro.
Oh yeah, because they're figuring out more ways to make it cheaper.
Yep.
Yeah, corporate greed's killing everyone.
Monica Smith, if you're terrible at jetting Harley carburetors, that's not really a talent, Monica. Like it's something you either do or you don't do. There's really no degrees of it.
Mm-hmm.
Would a Harley Sniper fuel injection be a better way to go? Yes, if you're allergic to cracking open a carburetor. Harley are a pain in the ass. Like, I mean, I've got to be honest with you. They're a pain in the ass changing jets out of damn things because it's always a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're allergic to internal carburetor tuning, yeah, you're probably better off with a Sniper injection. Or an Edelbrock style carburetor, an AFB Edelbrock style carburetor, because your fine jetting changes can be done completely externally through the drop rods. Legs and thighs only. Dark meat, bro, I wouldn't want that over my car. I gotta tell you, I starved to death before I ate that. I'm very picky. Let's see. The 20-cent motor is saying, repeat. Congressional panel removes Biden's executive halt on offshore oil drilling. BP cuts renewable energy investment to boost oil and gas spending. Gasoline in my area is down 12 cents in the past 3 days. I don't know if there's a direct correlation there. I think most of the most of the lowering of gas prices over the last several months, because it happened before Trump got in, it has to do with demand destruction. Because when you look what's going on in the macro economy, you look at, I mean, how many businesses right now are either bankrupt, on the verge of bankruptcy, the layoffs, all these things add up to demand destruction. So you've got the capacity, the refining capacity, the supply chain, the refining capacity to run the economy, to run the country at full tilt, and then just scale it back 5 or 10%, and now you've got surplus, and that drops the price. And I think most of the gas price reduction we've seen over the last 6 months has all been due to demand destruction.
Waffle House is a unique space-time anomaly in the
Yes.
universe where every surface is both slippery and sticky.
Thumper, you hit it right on the head. You're exactly right. You just described Waffle House. Kagito, I'm sorry, I can never remember your name. Any thoughts on abiotic oil theory? It's not a theory. The Earth literally sweats oil, bro. It sweats oil. As long as you've got all of those processes that are happening at the core of the Earth, it's going to make oil.
Did you want to go to Florida? Because DeSantis was saying you buy a house once, you pay the tax once, and you're done with property taxes.
No, but that's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
That's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
If you've got property taxes, you never actually own your property.
No, the state owns it.
The state owns it.
Mm-hmm. Or the county or whatever.
Yeah, property taxes are unconstitutional.
Right, somebody just goes, pay me. But, yeah, but they can dig underneath your house. You know, oh, mining rights under the Middle Earth, you know.
Greg Sprung, $2. Thank you, Super Chat, for the Super Chat. Money No Object, what car would Tony Art buy?
There'd be a few. I mean, right off the bat, it would be a 67 Cadillac Coupe de Ville in black.
That'd be kind of cheap. That's not like one of
But
those.
it's beautiful.
No, but I'm saying, he's saying money no
Money is
object.
no object. All those super $2 million cars, they're like this high. I don't want to get in that freaking thing. I want to get in a 250. You know. Some change. I want a big cruiser that I fit in as a human being. You know.
I do love those yachts, man.
Well, yeah.
You're right. 67 Caddy is just.
Oh yeah, it's just with the slab side and the stacked headlights and all the chrome. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, I want a car I fit in. You know.
I don't really have an answer for that. There's nothing on my want. There's nothing on my want list.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're like me, you own, 300 plus cars. That's like I've had everything.
Yeah, I'm way over 1,000 of them, and looking back, like
there's like 5 that those are good.
Yeah, like if money, it's I remember if money was no object. If there were no obstacles in the way, I would want my old '72 Roadrunner back. That was the only car I look back over the landscape. That's the only car I really, really miss. It was a '72 Roadrunner 404-speed 355 gear car. I don't want a different one, otherwise I'd have one. I want that car. I would want that car back. But that's it.
I want my black '69 Mustang Fastback, big block 4-speed car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my '72 El Camino back. I want my '98 Cobra back. I really enjoyed that car. And then there are a few others along the way, but yeah. I want my Eldorado back too.
I don't want an Eldorado, but I would like to ride in yours.
You can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good cars. What do raccoons eat in the wild? Captain Crunch.
Yeah. I mean, they have thumbs. They can get into anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Dude, look what time it is.
Well,
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked.
We blew through 2 hours already?
It was not the fastest 2 hours we've ever done.
It was pretty fast, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yes, we're off work. It's time for us to get off work now.
Okay.
Well, what do you need to promote?
Just go watch my channel and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Go watch his channel.
And maybe buy a shirt for the love of Jesus.
Yes, and get his stuff tuned. Send it to Dr.
Yeah.
Art.
Yeah. The more the merrier.
Yes.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 this week, so that was nice. Other than that, that's all I got.
I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I just want to end this and go get food because I'm hungry.
Now you're hungry.
I only had 4 tacos. They had large tacos. They're like double the size of regular ones.
Mhm.
But I already burned through that long time ago. Now I gotta find something to eat. Our amazing mods, the best mods, are probably the finest beings in the cosmos.
Cosmos covers it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zero. Fubar Mexican Spec, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody contributed super chat. Never expected, but always appreciated. Thank you. And everybody who contributed with your presence and your conversation, thank you equally. We love you guys.
We appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, we really do.
Yeah, seriously. We wouldn't be able to do this if we had any common sense. I would watch something else. You know what I mean? So thank you. And yeah, that's it, right? I'm out. I'm shooting bullets at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna try a couple more weeks with the library.
I like it, bro. It adds something to the room.
It does.
Yeah. What else did you have in mind?
I don't know. I'll have to come up with something.
Surprise me. All right, dudes. We are so out of here. How do I end this?
Oh yeah, you just put a bullet right. Yeah.
I'll give 5,000 lines. Okay, here we go. Good night, all.